Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Mumley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for August 18th to September 1st. For the period for the 18th to the 22nd, we have this ridge that are retrograde back here to the west, and we have a trough here in the east, and we also have a trough here off the northwest coast. We go to the end of the period. You see what I have here. We have a trough ridge configuration. Zone of flow remains across the north. This jet here across the north will cause active weather. We'll go to the surface, and this will cause some rain and storms across the region before it shifts further southeast and the trough builds into the east. This trough should help steer Erin away, although there are some doubts, so we'll look at that in a little bit. From the east coast, significant heat across the Midwest early in the period will ease, while temperatures across parts of the Intermountain West and the Southwest gradually increase towards midweek and beyond. Rainfall will be confined to the Midwest, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Southeast. Okay, we're going to look at the period now for August 23rd to the 27th. And you can see here we have our trough here, trough over here, ridge in the west. We look at the various models. Some of the ensembles keep a zone of flow. The European is more amplified here with a deeper trough with a ridge here. And we look at the other models, and the GFS also has a trough here across the northeast. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures here with anomalies near 8 degrees or more above normal in the red, and below normal temperatures here with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees below normal. For precipitation, calling for a below normal precipitation here, and for this region, probability of occurrence 35%. Above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. And as we go to the end of meteorological summer, we're looking at the period now for August 28th through September 1st. And what we have here is a trough in the west, ridge in here, trough in the east, ridge in the west, trough here off the northwest coast. The GFS still has a ridge here over the southwest, a little bit of a trough. The ensembles are more zonal. And you can still see we have the same pattern, trough ridge configuration, although the ensembles keep a zone of flow, the European, with above normal heights. So for this forecast period, I am calling for a little change in the temperature anomalies from the previous period. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. And for this region, probability of occurrence 35%. Below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. Okay, now we're going to take a look at Erin. Erin is our first hurricane of the Atlantic season. You can see right here, spin. All right, we can look at the latest advisory for this, and it is at 2 o'clock. It is 18.6 north, 56.8 west. Maximum sustained winds are 75 miles an hour, and it's a Cat 1 hurricane. Movement is towards the west-northwest at 17. And we could take a look at other aspects here. All right, we're going to look at this. This is the National Hurricane Center viewer. And we have no central pressure, winds at 65 knots, 35 mile an hour, 34 knot winds, extend 100 miles to the northeast, 50 miles southeast, 20 miles to the southwest, and 90 miles to the northwest. 50 knot winds extend 40 miles to the northwest, 30 miles to the southeast, and 40 miles to the northwest. And if you look here, wave heights of 12 feet extend out 135 miles to the northeast, 60 miles southeast, 60 miles to the southwest, 90 miles to the northwest. Here's the central pressure of 998 millibars. So we have winds. These are the wind fields that where it extends out. Okay, we'll take another look here. All right, we'll do the cone of uncertainty. It's forecast to turn to the northwest. What we're depending on here, and we'll go to the other models. We're expecting a break in the subtropical ridge, and we'll see if that occurs. This is the GFS. See, between this ridge and this one, GFS says yes, there will be a break. Let's see if what the European says. A little bit further to the south. The European is a little bit to the west, and it curves out away, but it comes close to the Outer Banks. So we'll have to see how that progresses. It said, yes, there'll be a break between this ridge and this ridge. The models before weren't showing this in some of the models. So we'll take a look at these models. Okay, these are the model trends. There's still one model that goes to the west. We'll see if we can update this. I don't know if it updates by itself or not. Okay. All right. Here is Erin, and we'll put on the guidance. Now the models are more and better agreement. No, there's still one model that brings it here. And what model is this? This is the TC, the T-clip model. Brings it into the Carolinas. The rest, now they're coming in better agreement, steers it away. Whether that happens or not, we don't know. It's still down here. It has a lot to go here. Also, with that trough, we'll go back to our this trough here, whether it picks it up or not. All right, here we'll look at that again. Here is Erin. Here's our trough. And we'll look at the GFS. It seems like it picks it up, and then it gets absorbed. We'll look at the European. Now they're showing that it picks it up down here. So the European, even though with the other models, the European brought it closer. Now it's showing that it's not. And then it gets absorbed and it erases out. European ensembles, it all does, and then the European. So we have to wait and see how that goes. I'll have more on that on YouTube live later on today. So that is the long range weather forecast discussion for August 18th to September 1st. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.